Have you been manifesting or seeking to manifest money, abundance, prosperity, wealth into your life? Well, you have tuned into the right video. I've got not one, but two crystal grids that are going to assist you in this. Stay tuned. Well, welcome back. Thank you so much. My name is Lisa, and this is Heart of Inspiration, and this is the channel that is the home for the light worker. We help you lead a spirit-led, whole and healed, peaceful and prosperous life here. Today is a collaboration, a very special collaboration between myself and my very good friend, Secret Tarot, and you're going to find a link to her YouTube channel down in the description box below. But what we wanted to do for you today is bring you two crystal grids that are going to assist you in manifesting money, wealth, abundance, prosperity into your life. Now, we all know that prosperity and abundance can mean a number of different things. It's not just money, right? But money sure helps. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to go over what we're going to use first. Both of us are actually using the METATRON'S cube. Okay, sacred geometry. Now, METATRON'S cube, and most of you probably know, it's this kind of really mystical third dimensional cube that's for Archangel Metatron. And Archangel Metatron is the archangel of creation. Archangel Metatron helps you to replace your negative thoughts with positive creative thoughts. Negative thoughts are destructive just as in and of themselves, right? So we're going to help you replace those ideas and that consciousness, the consciousness of lack. That's going to be my portion. I'm going to help you replace the consciousness of lack with a prosperity consciousness. And Metatron's cube, this sacred geometry, reminds us that the universe wants us to discover our own personal power, right? So again, this is all about creation, self-creation, and self-motivation. Now, you may remember if you saw the other collaboration, and we'll put a link up here to that as well, what a crystal grid is. And if this is the first time you're ever using crystal grids are just sacred geometry that when we place the crystals in a certain space or place on that grid, it helps to generate and it helps to amplify, right? It has all of these energies, right? All crystals have a frequency, and so it helps to amplify these energies and in order for us to manifest that what we desire. Okay, so we're going to go over the prosperity consciousness crystal grid right now. So here we have laid out already before us our crystal grid, and this is in the form of, right, imprinted on this cloth grid. Now, these is Metatron's cube. Now, you can buy Metatron's cube in wooden form. Grids come in all different ways, shapes, forms, and fashions. So we're going to put a link to this as well down in the description box below, an Amazon link, so you can purchase that, as well as purchase, what you see here, the grids, the crystals that we're using. Now, don't forget, when we're using a crystal grid, okay, the choice of crystals is important, but it really is up to your own personal desire, your own personal thought process, whatever you prefer. So in using this crystal grid, I do have very specifically pyrite. Pyrite is also known as fool's gold. Pyrite is a fabulous, wonderful abundance and prosperity stone and helps raise our consciousness energy. I have citrine here as well. Now, citrine is another prosperity stone. If you look at the coloration of it, it is, it's got kind of the amber, the gold, all of those colorations in there. So it's really a beautiful stone that can be utilized to help raise that consciousness. And also then we also in the center, you can use different stones, and we'll talk about which each of these represent. But I'm using selenite. I'm using a selenite tower to draw in positive energy and to help expel negative energy. This selenite really gets these, if frequencies going, like big time in this grid. Now, you don't have to have candles. I put candles over here because I just like burning candles. But for me, since we're clearing a consciousness of lack, right? This is, a lot of us have been born with that, or we've developed that over the years. So what this is doing is it's helping us to remind us and to embed within us and help us to get the realization that the universe has more than enough for everyone, that everyone can be taken care of, that there's not a finite amount of abundance, there's not a finite amount of provision, there's not a finite amount of money. Money is energy, and prosperity is energy, abundance is energy. So let's just bring that in and think of ourselves in a way where we generate, attract, bring in, walk in a consciousness of prosperity. That's the main goal of this today. Now, as always, we need to be sure that we've cleared our stones, cleared the energy. What we can use is a smudge stick. Here we have sage smudge stick. And I'm just going to light this stick of sage, get that kind of rolling really good. Let's get this rolling well. And sometimes if you're having a little difficulty getting it going, opening up the stick a little bit, allowing air to breathe. So we're just going to clear the energies here. Sweep. I'm using a feather to sweep away all of any negative energy that may be residual, clearing and cleansing our grid and our stones. Perfect. Now, the whole point of this is to magnify our intentions that we set for ourselves. When clearing a consciousness of lack, right? And this could be due to perhaps some kind of vow of poverty one has taken in a past life. It could be due to what we're learning what we've learned throughout our life. Maybe we, didn't have a lot of money. Maybe we grew up in some sort of, kind of religious or spiritual concept or construct that basically said you're blessed if you're poor and, rich people are terrible. Money is not a problem. Money is not the issue. You are allowed, right? Use your birthright to have prosperity. And prosperity to you may look like, oh, I have enough to pay my bills, I'm comfortable. Prosperity for someone else might look like, I have more than enough not only to pay my bills, to be a blessing to others and, to have an abundant life. There's nothing, it's fine, whichever way, okay, you look at it, but the key is to not have lack in any area of our life. And we're focusing on money for this particular purpose. But I will also tell you, there are some of you that probably have a concept or thought process that you don't deserve to have, or you may have trouble getting an abundance of love in your life, right? Maybe there's not an abundance of self-love, what have you. So there's all different areas and ways that we have this attitude of lack, and it can permeate our entire being. So we're setting our intention. Okay, so I've got my paper here, I've got my pen here, and we're going to set our intention for I am prosperous. I am abundant in every area of my life. Just that simple. We've written our intention down. I even like to kind of say it as I'm writing it down. I don't know why I like to do that. I do know why I like to do that, because you're putting the words out there into the universe. And as you put the words out there into the universe, you're also putting your creative energy, enacting your throat chakra and activating your throat chakra. right? And as you speak those words, then your mind, your third dimensional mind, hears those words, and then the energy drops down into your heart chakra. And as you speak those words over and over again, and using this grid and coming back and meditating close to it, or around it, and just soaking up this energy as soon as we activate it, then you're also then getting it down into your heart chakra, down into your solar plexus, down into your sacral chakra and your root chakra. And really, when we get it down in these lower three chakras, that's when creation occurs, and that's when we see the manifestation in the third dimensional world. All right. Now, this selenite stone, the selenite, is in actuality the focus stone. Okay. So the focus stone is just that. This is where we're focusing. This is the focal point of our intention. So do choose a stone. Again, it's your personal preference. I'm using selenite. Do choose a stone that's going to draw in powerful energy, right? Do choose a stone that's going to enhance and assist you in manifesting your intention. The desire stones are the next level out, and the desire stones are the stones that are then going to begin to help us achieve or bring that desire in, right? The desire stone position tells the universe that you desire your whatever it is, prosperity in the form of financial abundance. And then finally, I do have in the directional stone positions, the very powerful outer positions, we have pyrite. Okay, so this is another stone that basically says we're looking for prosperity in the form of material wealth. It strengthens your belief system that you truly do deserve wealth, while creating the positive feelings about this material gain, so that you're not feeling guilty about having material gain. Okay. A lot of us block our own wealth by feeling guilty about wanting to be wealthy. A lot of us do, because the wealthy tend to be like, people talk about the wealthy, but is that really because they should be talking about them, or are we jealous, or what's the situation? So don't be that way. Don't feel that way. And pyrite can help us break through the cycle. So now we have the grid set up. It's ready to go. And I am just going to get my crystal wand. I'm using a selenite wand. You can use clear quartz wands. It's really up to you which way. I would think, though, use either a clear quartz or selenite, because that's just kind of a very clear conductor of energy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to focus in on that intention that we wrote down there and we placed underneath the focus stone. So we're going to focus in on that attention and thank the universe for it, and open our chakras to accepting this energy and accepting the blessings, the wealth, and the abundance that we're calling in. So then we're going to activate the crystal grid, and we're going to touch the focus stone first, and then clockwise each stone. First the desire stones, then the directional stones. The grid is activated. Now, alternatively, personally, I like to touch them with my own hand. Focus stone, bringing in this energy, this beautiful, wonderful energy, setting my intention very clearly as it permeates all 7 chakras, and then each stone. Clockwise. Amen. Now, You can leave this up as long or as short as you wish. Some people leave this up for 24, 48 hours. Some people leave it up for a month. Be sure it's in a sacred and safe place. Be sure you come back to it and meditate and remind yourself of your intention as you set it. Let this soak in. Come back to this energy and just soak it up, right? If you have small children or, pets or something, be sure it's off somewhere where they can't get to it, because we don't want to break this, okay? We don't want to break that energy until we intend to break the energy and break it down. Now, the other thing I also want to let you know is this. When you get ready to dismantle your grid, smudge it again, dismantle it stone by stone, outward and then inward. Thank the universe for the revelation and the assistance in the manifestation of your desired intention. That's what I have. Now we need to clear our consciousness, right? So now we're bringing in that prosperity consciousness. And next up, we're going to have Secret Tarot she's going to do a grid to bring in wealth. Thanks so much. Keep watching.
Hello everyone and welcome. Today I will be explaining how to use a crystal grid to attract personal wealth into your life. Some of this information you may have heard in our Crystal Grids for Love collaboration video, but I will share it with you again. In the first segment of this video, Lisa at Heart of Inspiration explained how to use a crystal grid to expand your consciousness of abundance and retain a consciousness of prosperity. So now let me show you how to manifest personal wealth and abundance into your life. First, you should choose a safe location to keep your grid. Somewhere sacred to you, maybe your altar if you have one. Just make sure it is kept away from animals and children. And since this is a financial grid, maybe you want to keep it at your business, something along those lines, right? Next, you're going to want to smudge and clear all of your tools and crystals. I have my sage lit, but of course you can use your Palo Santo, whatever you use to clear energy. Just make it sure that it is clear and it is ready to go. All right. Then you will choose your grid. There are many different shapes you can use for your crystal grid, some having their own specific meaning. You can use something as simple as a circle to something more complex like this METATRON'S cube. You can use a guide like this, which usually comes made of wood, and this one is made of wood, right? Or it's made of cloth, and I have that one to show you as well. Or you could simply lay your crystals out in a shape that you choose without using any type of guide like this at all. It is whatever you prefer, but I will show you the cloth version of this because I have both. I have the wood and I have the cloth. Let me hold it up underneath the camera here. Do you see that? All right. So today, of course, I will be using the wood grid in the METATRON'S cube pattern. This is sacred geometry. It is a 3-dimensional cube used by Archangel Metatron to watch over the flow of energy connecting the earth and the divine. This energy helps you replace negative thoughts with positive ones and reminds us that the universe wants us to discover our personal power. Next, and most importantly, set your intention. I like to keep my intention simple and I like to write it down. This helps transfer my energy onto the paper itself and gives my intention more power. It is essential you state an intention that serves your greatest good. For calling in personal wealth or for any manifestation, I like to state my intention like it is already happening. Today I have written down on this dollar bill here, since it is a financial grid, right? You don't necessarily have to use a dollar. And I know that it's hard to see. I'm going to try to get it up there. So I'm just going to read it to you. It is hard to see, but I did write on it. I stated this: I am financially blessed with abundance all around me. I welcome and allow consistent financial abundance into my life, knowing it will serve my highest good. All right. So when the time is right, we're going to fold this up and put it in the center underneath the focus stone, but we'll get to that in a minute. There have also been times where I've gotten a little bit more specific with my intention. For example, I have made a check out to myself in a specific amount for a more visual intention. You can also use, a simple piece of paper. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be a check. It is entirely up to you. The most important thing is the intention itself, okay? Now it is time to choose your crystals. It is important you choose crystals that coincide with your intentions. Very important. Crystals will support your intention through their vibrational frequency, so choose crystals that complement your intention. Also, make sure they are fully charged. Like I always say, I like to charge my crystals underneath a full moon, but that's up to you. For grid work, I only like to use 3 or 4 different crystals at a time because I feel the energies become too cluttered if you use too many at once, but that is a personal preference. Okay, the crystals we will be using for this personal wealth grid are pyrite, citrine, black tourmaline, and clear quartz. All beautiful. All right, so first we will be using the pyrite as the focus stone, and I will hold it up for you, and hopefully my camera will focus on the pyrite. You can see it's got a little sparkle to it, a little shine to it. It looks like gold. This crystal attracts riches, it attracts coins, treasure, it attracts cash. It turns you into a magnet for abundance. Pyrite also absorbs excess ego energy, which can help you reverse any belief in your lack of abundance that might be blocking your ability to prosper. We will place this as our focus stone, and we will put our intention underneath it. So let me fold up my dollar here and place this under the pyrite. Okay. All right, looks good so far. Next, we will be using citrine, okay, or citrine, as some people like to call it. This is gorgeous. I absolutely love this. Let me see if I can get a good visual for you all. You see that? This is going to be our desire stones. So the desire stones typically form the outer layers around the focus stone. The desire stones help fine-tune and amplify the energy of your focus stone. Citrine is one of the most well-known wealth and prosperity stones. It is also known as the merchant's stone because it brings cash flow and financial success. So notice that I am going to be placing these crystals, citrine, in a clockwise manner, but you can do it however you want to do it. But I like to go clockwise, but it is whatever you prefer. So there we go. The 2 crystals we will be using for our directional stones are the black tourmaline and the clear quartz. The directional stones help direct the grid's energy where you want it to go, and it usually is a single layer of stones forming the outer perimeter of the grid. First, we will be using the black tourmaline. Let me get one up here so you can get a really good look at it. There we go, perfect. This crystal helps ground the concept of wealth and abundance in the physical world. This powerful grounding, it has a powerful grounding ability and allows you to anchor the concept of abundance on this earthly plane. Okay, so I'm going to place this here, and then we're going to skip one. So we'll go here, and then we will go here, and I'm going to fill the rest in with the clear quartz, right? And the clear quartz, let me hold one up for you so you can see it. Always beautiful. So this is our final crystal. And this clear quartz provides amplification of prosperous energy and directs it towards you. All right, so we're going to be placing that here. Now, I want to start here, and then here, and then here. There we go. Now I will speak my intention and direct my energy into each crystal using a wand. Oh, and I forgot one little special touch here. I got some coins out, and this is completely optional, but you can lay, some coins out to bring in more energy of abundance, right? So now I'm going to speak my intention and direct my energy into each crystal using a wand. Some people like to use clear quartz for this actual step. Others will simply use their finger. It is entirely up to you. I prefer to use, and I'll try to get a close up. It's not going to do it. This is a selenite wand. And I like to start at the center and then go clockwise, speaking my intention and directing my intention into each crystal. So I would go here, and then I would start here, and then go clockwise. And I like to, like I said in the other video, verbally speak, but you can do it in your mind. But I like to speak the intention that I wrote down on the dollar bill. And I put that energy and my intention in every single crystal, right? All right, finally, it is time for your grid to do its work. Some people will leave a grid stand for a few hours, days, or even a month or longer. I prefer to work with the energy of the moon. I will create my grid on the new moon and let it work its magic until the full moon. At that time, I will disassemble the grid. I do this by smudging and clearing again, smudging and clearing all the energy, and then I thank my grid for its hard work. So that is how you manifest personal wealth and abundance using crystal grids. Make sure you check out our Crystal Grids for Love video as well, and I hope you find these videos useful and informative. I absolutely love making them and working with all of these beautiful crystals. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you are staying happy and healthy out there. I will talk to you all again very, very soon. God bless.